Dude.
Sorry.
This year, the theme of the 5 Drive Heritage Tour is roots. We started with air, moved on to water, and this week the theme is fire. And true to the saying, where there's smoke, there's fire. And you know that 5 Drive always brings the fire.
Walking on fire in the waves of desire, but it's only giving me the glow.
The story of Tattoo Nelson Mandela at Nelson Mandela Museum is told in line with the story of the struggle against apartheid in South Africa. It is the home to the significant number of gifts that were presented to Tattoo Nelson Mandela from local and international communities. He indicated that he accepts them on behalf of the nation and expressed a wish of building a museum near his home in Konu.
Very much like fire, this is a country born of conflict, and through that comes remarkable people who were given the opportunity to change not only South Africa but the world.
Everybody has their favorite Nelson Mandela quote. Do you have one?
Honesty. If you are honest with yourself, you can't have an impact on society.
Does this child look, does he look familiar? The child is me.
Hi, Wena.
She actually thought I was Madiba's child.
Where have you been, man? You should have brought this when that Nelson Mandela was still alive.
As we drove from the Eastern Cape to KZN, as it becomes more and more tropical and green and lush.
I know I say this about every province, but I'm in awe of KZN. Some might call it fire.
KZN is one of the most remarkable provinces, and to get to drive it in the Suzuki Ignis, all just the better. It's beyond cool, it's amazing, it's one of the most fire places in the entire country.
Yes, man! We've come all the way through the Eastern Cape into KZN, and finally here we are at Port Shepstone.
And I know it was named after Sir Theophilus Shepstone.
Goodness, we haven't done a tweet of the day in a while.
My tweet of the day is, fear is temporary, regret is forever.
Oribi Gorge is just behind us, world's highest bridge swing.
You're looking for those people who suffer from a bit of vertigo. Don't look down.
Give me all of your lies, 'cause you're my demon in disguise. I learned to love the cage you keep me in, but the walls keep closing in, and I don't wanna die.
The scary part is when everybody's walking at once and it's...
Oof, these shoes are not the best for this.
I'm not wearing the most grippy shoes. It's not a great day to slip and slide.
It's amazing to think about the fact that Oribi Gorge used to be a privately owned farm, but a decision by one family to turn it public gave all of South Africans the opportunity to go and experience it.
We've just conquered the Great Suspension Bridge Walk. And what do you do after a Suspension Bridge Walk? You take Instagram photos in Instagram locations.
It was so cool to hang out with Mbali Mtshali from the show called Snakes in the City. She's a snake wrangler / bodybuilder and everything else you can imagine, and she's just the coolest person ever.
I don't like to be like everybody else, because I feel like there must be a reason why there's so many of us in the world. We shouldn't be like copy and paste.
Durban is a city that allows people to not be copy and paste.
Yeah, I still get people stopping me to say, oh my gosh, what a build, but I'm afraid you're starting to look like a man. And I'm like, thank you, I'll take that as a compliment, because if I'm beginning to look like a man, it means I'm badass.
Mbali is so ripped, I feel like I need to go to the gym. But also, she is a cool person.
So what I normally do when a person goes like, I know you, we were watching you. I'm like, I know you too, I saw you watching.
I think she's doing an amazing job at putting the positive light on something that's quite scary, snakes.
Look at the skyscrapers, everything that you see in the city looks beautiful, hey? But this used to be someone's territory, it used to be someone's habitat. How can we like have our city and not have those particular animals popping by every now and then to say, this used to be my home?
We're just here in the middle of the city, right, in Durban, and if you look just over from the balcony that we're sitting on doing the show right now, you see that tall building. Now, I reckon that you could take the Suzuki Ignis to the top and do a traffic bulletin as you can see the city of Durban all around you.
Oh, I can see the beachfront. Oh my word, it's Moses Mabhida Stadium. I think I should take a selfie because the light, it's on my face.
I tell you what, if you see the Suzuki making its way around the streets of Durban, I want you to give us a big hoot back.
I'm still here in beautiful Durban.
Okay. Is that someone hooting at your...
You asked the people to find me, and I think they have definitely found me in Durban. Come on. Do you know a cooler traffic presenter?
Welcome to the KZN Museum. We are a history and natural cultural history museum. So we've got the primates here, as you can see, different monkeys from different African countries.
Have you ever seen the movie called Night at the Museum?
All those animals that in there, man, at night, they come alive and party.
Okay, this is a replica of the Sun Hunter-Gatherer cave that we have here at the museum.
The rock art in this replica cave that they created, it was so cool.
I'm already freaked out by the size of the orangutan. This thing will flick me with its finger before I even get to its face.
5 Drive Heritage Tour driven by Suzuki. Here we are at Suzuki Pietermaritzburg. Get ready for the weekly Suzuki Challenge.
It's Suzuki Challenge number 3, the Fuel Economy Challenge. And Bibi and I are going to try and drive as fuel efficiently as possible.
Now, we were talking about tactics and different ways that we're going to win. I think we figured it out. Come.
We're gonna do it, we're gonna win, we're gonna beat the boys. Go team!
Yeah.
Now that we're on the road, I think you should rev as little as possible.
Keep the revs under 2, huh?
Yeah.
Shame, I think I actually need to go faster. I'm like too busy trying to save fuel.
It's 3.2 liters per 100 Ks at the moment.
I think the lower it is, the better it is.
Lego Ignis, yeah.
Okay guys, Fuel Economy Challenge coming through.
What other things can we think of that'll help? Maybe we should switch off the aircon.
Using a vehicle's air conditioning system increases its fuel consumption more than any auxiliary feature. It is hot, dude.
Okay, so we're almost done with our 100 Ks and we've done super well. The drive has been so smooth and I feel like we're gonna win.
We're like delusional because we kept the windows up and the aircon off the entire way. It smells like a sewer in here. If we didn't win, this is the worst sacrifice in the world.
So, we've taken the bets. They're all in. Nadia and Bibi finished with 5.5. Jude and Nick finished with 4.8.
I'm not surprised.
Now, you know,
K53 says if you're driving in a neighborhood, like 40 to 60 Ks is good. Y'all were doing 20 in a neighborhood.
I think we all know who really is the more efficient driver.
this is the Fuel Economy Challenge in the Ignis as I taste some burri on 5.
We had a braai at the Suzuki, and what's very cool about this particular Suzuki dealership is that they have a feeding scheme. They feed the community.
This week, exploring fire, and such a privilege to be reminded of South Africa's great history. And I, for one, never want to stop exploring.
Something I've learned from Fire Week is that no matter how hot things get, South Africans will always be prepared to deal with the heat.
I think in many ways the theme of fire is one of the most profound of the entire tour because we're a country born out of conflict, raging fires, things like our heritage, which is why these tours are so important to me.
And that wraps up the week of fire. We've encountered fire scenery, fire views, fire stories. And that was the week of fire.